Copying and editing an existing workout program. First of all, when you come into the list of programs that are available, you can see there's quite a bit of options that you can choose from that our people have written, marked as more active and global. You'll also notice that you cannot edit or delete those. Those buttons are grayed out. You can hide the programs by clicking on the far right button, but what we've done is made your life a lot easier. So if you're wanting to develop a wrestling program, you can go into our program, click on duplicate, and when you duplicate that program, you can rename it to any other type of program that you're looking to name that as. So you can do Wrestling Basics and develop it out however you would like to set that naming structure. It could be advanced, beginner, basics, high school, college, however you wanted to label those programs for wrestling, you can do that. You would simply put in the name of your trainer that is writing the program, or in some cases we see people putting in their company name for all of the programs that they're writing, that they're putting into the system, so that they're a little bit more on the generic side, but they can be identified as your programs. Inside of that, you can then select how do you want to save this program that you're modifying. Do you want to save it to be only available for your specific location and group that you're working with? Is it going to be available for everybody on any of the locations inside of this specific program? Or is it going to be available to a specific client that you may be working with? If you click on the specific client, it will bring up a drop-down of all the clients that are available inside of that community that you have the authorization through a HIPAA release form to be working with. So in this particular case, I'm going to save this one to the location. When I do that, I simply hit copy workout, and what it will do then is bring in all of what is inside of that workout program and make it available for you to edit it and modify it any way that you would like to. So you can see how many weeks that you want to build that program in, how many days a week that you would want that individual to be working out, and simply hit continue. It's going to then bring in all of the weeks of the program, and you can see the arrows, open and close arrows, in the very top right side of the screen. So we have this as a 6-week program, and all the workouts that are already pre-built inside of the system can be looked at, and when you open up the first level, you can see that there's 3 programs inside of that week. You can also see that there's 6 weeks of programs written inside of this system. You also can see the time that it's going to take to complete this particular workout. In the first workout, session number 1, it's 1 hour and 17 minutes and 36 seconds. We arrive at that time because everything is based on the rest in between the sets, the tempo in which they're performing the lift, and how many repetitions that they're performing. So we can get a pretty precise time length of what it's going to take to build the program. And as you're building a program or modifying a program, you can kind of keep track of that if you're trying to fit a program inside of an hour, or if you're trying to get it inside of a half an hour, you can go by the time measurements that will continuously add up as you're adding or removing workout activities from this particular list. Inside of this detailed view, you'll notice there's quite a few ways that you can modify the program, quite a few exercises that are inside of the system. There's very big difference in how you build the workout programs, and we'll show you that in the next couple of minutes here. But taking a look at this program, what I'm noticing is I have many programs that I'm doing. In this particular case, I have 5 sets of tricep extensions. So you can see this is a very advanced program. You also can see that they've put in the intensity of their 1 rep max score for that exercise. You'll see a lot of 40 to 45, sometimes even 50% intensity level at your warm-up set. and then that will increase. What those intensity levels do is they add more weight to what your client is going to be lifting based on their scores for their upper body, lower body, or abdominal strength test. So you can build in with those percentages a periodization schedule. In week 1, you may go from 40% to 65%. In week 5, that may be going from 45% to 78%. And what that's going to do is through the weeks of workout programs, it's going to automatically increase the weights that that individual would be lifting because they will be getting stronger throughout that schedule. Another thing that we've seen a number of people do is they'll build up for a 4-week program, and in the 5th week, they'll have a drop-off week where they're lifting more repetitions, much lighter weight, and allowing the muscles to recover during that 5th week of workouts. And again, you can build them in any sequence, any periodization schedule, any type of percentages that you feel are appropriate for your particular workout. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to add a new activity. Again, you can delete any of these activities by clicking the red X on the far panel. You can delete a whole exercise as well. You can add activities. You can copy one day into another week. So if you are writing a program from scratch, this is very common that the workout in week number 1, session number 1, is likely to be pretty similar to week 2, session 1, and week 3, session 1. So you can write a full day of programming, and when you're ready, copy that program into the appropriate week and then simply adjust the percentages, perhaps adding in an additional set of an activity as you get further on in the sequence. All of those options are available for you to copy one day into any other day during that 6-week period. You also can click on drag and drop, and if you do that, it will allow you to literally put your mouse over, click on the left-hand side of your mouse and drag that exercise into any order that you want. This is particularly helpful when you're doing supersets. If you have an exercise or 2 or 3 that you're supersetting together, you can drag and drop them into the sequence after you've dropped them into the program. Adding an activity, you simply will go into the Add Activity area, select the activity that you want to put in, identify whether it's supersetting, and the difference there you can see in jump rope as an example where there's 3 sets of exercise and sets and reps inside of that particular grouping. If you superset it, they all come in as individual exercises that you can drag and drop into the sequence you want. There's 2 ways of getting to your activity. You can, if you know the exercise name that you want to add into the system, you can go directly over to the right-hand column of this page, type in the exercise name that you want to put in, and you can see by typing the word squat, it has brought in multiple types of squat exercises. I simply find the one that I'm wanting to put in, and it will automatically set my activity category and my primary muscles worked for that exercise. You can go the opposite direction and put in your activity category, then your primary muscles, and it will then give you all of the options, squat and others, that are utilizing that specific exercise type and muscle group type. Then you would simply put in the equipment that's available to perform that exercise and how many sets that you would like to build into that particular day. Again, if you are supersetting, you want to make sure that you check that box so it brings it in as separate items that you can drag and drop into the sequence that you would like. Then you simply set your number of repetitions that you would like your exercisers to perform and build out whatever distance in this particular case, because we're working on something that can go a distance or a duration, which would mean the length of time that you want somebody, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, that you would want them to perform that exercise at whatever intensity level that you put in, and then how many seconds of rest that you would like them to have in between those exercises. I'm going to stop here. I will get into more detail in the next video.